Hey, what's up guys? So on this video I want to speak about how you can invest your money so you can get a return uh, of investment on your money. So instead of having your money sitting in the bank, you could buy a lot of different products that you could resell on Amazon as a merchant, or using FBA. What FBA is essentially you shipping whatever products you buy to Amazon's warehouses, so it becomes fulfilled by Amazon. So that's FBA. So it's merchant versus FBA. So the first thing that you need to do is pick a niche. So I'm gonna go over some examples of some niches, so you could potentially get some ideas, and also so you could actually search actual products on Amazon. So as part of this video, I actually recommend that you watch my other video where I went in further details of what you would need to fill out on the actual websites. So you pick a niche. Once you have a niche, you have to think of the product types that you would like to potentially sell on Amazon. So you pick your products, right, and your niche. So for example, if you want to do beauty, I don't know, anything related with lips, that could be your niche, which essentially just means your specialty. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is create an investment budget. So you have to think to yourself, I'm going to set a specific amount of money aside so I can buy products on a weekly basis. So you have to think of it as a daily budget and a weekly budget of money that you are willing to spend, so you get a potential return on your investment. So here is an example for you, just to give you some realistic examples. So let's say that if you were, for example, to spend $700 to $1,000 per day for 5 days out of the week. So that means you're spending between $3,500 and $5,000 per week. So ideally, if you maintain this strategy, and of course there are 4 weeks in the month, so you will be multiplying this number times 4, but the whole goal is that you're gonna get a return on your investment. So usually within a matter of approximately 3 months, if you maintain this strategy, you could potentially make about $35,000 in sales monthly, and just increase further. So the amount that you spend per day is ultimately up to you, of course, and that will be kind of the determinant of itself, of how quickly you can scale, meaning how soon or how quickly can you increase your money. So if you had $500, you want to get a return on your investment of 200% if you can. And these numbers would be displayed for you on the Amazon seller calculator. So there is the net profit and the profit margin percentages that are displayed for you on the Amazon seller calculator. My other video went over that information, so I'm just kind of giving you some potential ideas for you to kind of ponder upon. So $500, you want to get at least 25% margin profit. So you have to realize that there are gated products and there are ungated products. So that just basically means that some specific products you might need like a specific kind of permission to actually sell that product. So that will be a gated product, versus ungated just basically means that you don't have to get any sort of permission, and specifically that would not allow you to sell that product. So here are some examples of niches that you could potentially look at. So dog food, vitamins, adult diapers, cat food, household items, shampoo, food. You have to think of things that people continuously buy or things that are seasonal. So what items are seasonal? So you have to think of in that mentality whenever you're looking for products. So these are things that people are always buying, right? They're continuously buying these products. And seasonal shampoo is not seasonal, right? It's always needed. So that's kind of how you should think about it whenever you're trying to target a particular product that you are potentially interested in investing in. So whenever you are, investing your money, you have to consider time. And what I mean by time, for example, is that imagine to yourself, how long are you going to have to sit on the product? So for example, if you bought, here's some tape. If you bought 10 units of these, would you have to sit on the product until somebody eventually purchases the product? So that would be if you were selling as a merchant, right? Or would you have to store the product for a long time, using FBA? So those are things that you have to think about. Are you going to have to sit on the product? Are you going to have to store the product for a while? Okay, so how to find products. You can find products using retail arbitrage. Just basically means you go to the store, you scan items. So you can get yourself one of these little scanners as an example, and you can scan items to see whether if there's a potential profit. You could use an app as an example called Scalify, or you could use the Amazon Seller app to scan items to see if there is potential profit. Watch my other video. I went into more details in regards to that. So these are the potential examples of items, of forms of how you could potentially look for products. So from the store, you could use online resources, tactical arbitrage, drop shipping, wholesale, or private labeling. But more than anything, I would say these three. If you're intending to do this long term, that's probably a good idea to focus on these three. So I actually put some ideas here for you guys. So just check these websites out. Follow my other video so you can see I gave you some websites for online arbitrage, for retail arbitrage, and for tactical arbitrage. It would just be the website itself. So these are stores, and these are websites. So whenever you are checking out the stores, you also want to check out their websites. So Salvation Army, probably not a good idea to check out their website. Thrift shops, they probably don't have very good websites put together. So I'm just talking about like websites like Walmart, Home Depot, Overstock, I don't know, Big Lot maybe. So like what stores like Ross, you probably would have to go in person. So anything else online related or online arbitrage, you just have to run the numbers through the Amazon Seller calculator. And tactical arbitrage, it's just a matter of signing up for it and checking out all the products that are being offered to you. So the plan is that for every $1 that you invest, you will hopefully be making $1.30, $1.50, $1.75. So at least 200% ROI and a 25% profit margin. That should be your goal. So you're going to be running the numbers on the Amazon Seller calculator. So you have to find the ASIN of the product. So look at the product detail on the Amazon seller product page of the product that you are intending to sell. So go to Amazon and look for the product. Look for the product details section, and then look for the ASIN in that section. So you're going to copy that ASIN and run it on the Amazon seller calculator, and then just follow these instructions. There are 3 numbers that you have to input: the item price, the cost of the product, and how many monthly sales are there on that product, which in itself actually takes time to figure out. So, but check out my other video. I actually went over that as well. So the main thing that you need to be aware of is that there are different numbers for merchant and for FBA, and that you have to be looking at the product percentages and the net profit. So I actually have some examples. So you can see here the 3 numbers that you will be inputting first: the item price, shipping, cost of product. So those are the first 3 things. So you will see how it says your fulfillment. This one says Amazon fulfillment. So this one is you shipping it to the buyer. So that makes you the merchant. This is FBA, fulfill. So you will see that the item price is the same thing. Shipping, this is if you are shipping it to the buyer. This is if you're shipping it to Amazon. This is the cost of the product. So how much are you paying for 1 unit of this particular product? So as you can see, there are 3 numbers that you're putting for the merchant. For FBA, there are 3 numbers as well. So you will calculate, and you will look at the net profit, and you will look at the net margin. So for merchant, you can see that the net profit potentially is $10.01. The net margin is 30.38%. For FBA, you can see that the numbers are not looking good. So if you look at the graph here, you can see that for one particular unit alone, the potential profit is $10.01. You can see for FBA, you're actually losing money, $9.94 per unit. So essentially what this is saying is that if you were potentially buying this product at this price, $18, and you were selling it for $28.95, it probably would be a good idea if you were actually fulfilling the orders yourself. Otherwise, you would be losing money if you were using FBA, as you can see here. So here I changed the amount of units sold. So if I go back, you'll see that here it's only 1. So these are the amounts of units sold per month. So you'll see how this one says seller fulfillment, and this one says fulfillment by Amazon. So for this particular example, I'm saying that, you know, originally we only had 1 as a seller fulfillment, meaning your fulfillment, right? So here I changed it to 450. So what I'm saying is that 450 units were sold, right? So if 450 units were sold, my profit would be this right here, which is the numbers over here will actually display. But what you're trying to determine is how much can you make monthly depending on the amount of units that are being sold, right? And seeing whether if it's ideal to sell via merchant or FBA. So you want to look at the product's history, and you want to actually track the product to see whether the product has changed in price over time. Sometimes that actually happens. So you actually want to use the app Scalify, because it actually has these little apps integrated within Scalify, or you could get them separately. So you could get them as a Google Chrome extension on Google Chrome. So as you can see, there are 3 Google Chrome extensions that I recommend. So you can get Keepa, Reselling, which you need an Amazon seller account. camel. So essentially check those out. Check out the products, check out the history. You're looking for the bestseller rank, so you're looking for the product's history sales rank to see if it's going up, and you're also looking at the product's listed price over time, so you will be able to see that information if you use these extensions. So for now, I think that kind of covers the whole process. So choose the product, check out the numbers, run the numbers. Be sure to check out the other video, and I hope that this video kind of make things a little bit clearer for you. So I'm Jeffrey, checking out. Hope it helps. All right, take care.